Hi yogis, thank you for joining me for this Yoga Sissel Sunday session. We're back from holidays, the sun is shining, it's the end of the weekend, and I think like the rest of Melbourne we've headed down to St Kilda for a bit of fresh air and a look at some water. So this video is the sort of video you can do if you've got jet lag like me, or if it's Sunday and you don't really want to get out of bed, or any other time when you don't really feel like doing much but you want to do something. So this one's for you. We're going to start lying down. So arranging yourself, you might even be doing this in your bed or on your carpet or on the beach, wherever you feel like lying down. And then we're going to bend our knees, place the feet on the floor, just resting a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. You can let the knees point up towards the sky or let them knock together if that feels more effortless. And as you take a moment here, just noticing the rise and fall of your breath. Feel the hand on your belly rising up. Maybe the hand on your heart follows. And then feeling the hand on your belly sink and melt down. Maybe the hand on your heart follows. And as you connect to the feeling of your breath and the movement of your breath, the movement of your body, letting this gently awaken your awareness for your body and your breath. Notice where you're resting, what parts of your body are touching the surface beneath you. Feeling your feet, the back of your hips, the back of your chest and shoulders, your elbows, the back of your head, all getting nice and heavy. And then for the rest of this practice, keeping your breath nice and soft, just relaxing your breath. And this little practice is supposed to make you feel nice and juicy and perhaps a little more rejuvenated, a little more refreshed. So now arranging your feet so they're about a hand distance away from your butt. They're hip distance, your knees are pointing towards the sky, your arms along your side. And then slowly tilting your tailbone up towards the sky, feeling your buttocks firm, the front of your hips open. Slowly lifting your hips up higher, lifting your hands up as your hips come up higher, your hands touch the floor behind you. And then as you exhale, can you stretch your fingers long? Can you lift your hips a little higher? And then inhaling, bring in the lift of hands, the lowering of the hips. And as you exhale, let your hands and your hips arrive back on the mat. Do this a few more times. Coordinating the breath and the movement. Inhaling, leading from the tailbone. It's like a ripple effect along the spine. The hands add on. Now the tip of your inhalation, the hands touch the floor, and as you exhale, lift your hips a little higher. Lengthen the tips of your fingers. And then inhale, the hands lift up. And you slowly lower from the top of your spine, the middle, the lower back, the back of your hips, the tail, your hands. One last time. Inhaling, rolling up along the spine, feeling the buttocks help to press the hips up. And the tip of your inhalation, exhale, lift the hips a little higher, lengthen out your fingers. And then inhale, the hands lift up. Everything begins to return back to the floor, and exhaling, you arrive. Good. And then from here, interlacing your hands behind your head, bring the knees into your chest. And as you press the back of your your back of your head into your hand. Just rock a little from side to side. You're going to keep the knees together, keep the ankle bones together, rock a little from side to side. You're going to keep your elbows on the floor. And if the front of your chest is very tight, you might notice that you are more limited in the twist. So you only want to twist as far as you can without letting the elbow lift off. Rocking a little from side to side, just massaging the lower back, limbering up the spine. And then from here, coming back to center. Now, releasing your hands, placing your arms like a cactus, about a 90-degree bend in your elbows. And we're going to take the twist a little deeper. But again, keep the back of your shoulders pressing down, keep the elbows and the back of your hands pressing down. Your knees glued together, your knees towards your chest, and then we'll take the knees towards the right elbow. Inhaling up, towards the left, and exhale to hold. Inhaling, twisting to the right, and exhaling to hold. Maybe gaze at the left, and inhaling up, and exhaling to the left, maybe you gaze to the right. One more time each side, inhaling up, exhaling, twist. Keep your knees together, so only coming down as far as you can while still keeping the knees and your ankles together and your shoulder and elbow on the floor. And we're going to take it a little deeper if you can and if you like. You're going to take your knee all the way to the floor. Can you bring it as close to your elbow as possible and then straighten out your arms. Now you might like to stay here, maybe resting your right hand on the knee, and then you're trying to push your left knee against the right hand. Another option is to extend your right arm and then extend your left leg, and your right hand holds your left big toe. If that's the case, you push your left foot into the right hand and your right hand pulls back on the left foot. You might get a nice deeper stretch along the outer edge of your leg. And if you want to add on even more, you can straighten both legs, keep both ankle bones, both knees together. Maybe you hold on to both toes at the same time, and you push your feet, both feet towards the right hand, and the right hand pulls back. And a nice twist across the belly. Remember the breath. Just relax it more and more. Now, whichever version you're at, you hold it for a few breaths, and then you relax. Now, keeping your knees together, you're going to use the bottom knee to push the top knee up as you inhale. Cactus your arms, and then lowering your knees towards the left. So again, you can either stay here, rest your left hand on your right knee, pushing the knee up so you keep a little bit of activation. Or you straighten out both arms, right foot to your left hand, you push the foot forward and you pull with the hand. Your gaze, you might be gazing towards your right hand, getting a little bit of twist and release in the neck. And if you did so on the first side, you might extend both feet, keeping your ankle bones and your knees together, pushing your feet away from you, your hands pull back on your feet, and you're lengthening out across the chest, lengthening out your right fingertips. Feel this pose wringing out your guts. And when you feel like you've spent an even amount of time on this side, then you release your feet, bend the knees, and you use the bottom knee to push the top knee up with your inhalation. Good. And then interlacing your fingers behind your head with the other little finger on top, so it's a more uncomfortable version of the grip. And once more, rock a little from side to side. And then from here, we're going to once more bring our knees down to the left this time. And we want to arrange ourselves on resting on the side body. So you want a 90-degree angle at your hips, a 90-degree angle at your knees, and your feet flexed. So we're going to open a little more across the chest. Stretch, keep your palms together, and then you stretch the right hand out as far as possible. And then down. Inhale, sliding your hand back along the left arm. Once you can't slide anymore, you lift up, opening like a book. And exhale. And inhaling up. Bring the hand down where it came from. And sliding along, exhaling. Inhaling. You first slide your hand, then you open the book. And exhaling to relax. Hold. Inhale to lift up. Bring the hand back on your arm. And exhale, sliding across. One last time on this side. Inhaling. Opening the book. And exhale to soften. And inhaling up. Hand onto the arm. And exhaling, stretch out. Good. And then you can just bend your left arm, rest your head on your arm. And keeping your 90 degree at your hips and the knees, you can rest the right fingers on the floor. Keeping the feet flexed, inhaling the feet up. And down. Inhaling up. And down. Up. And down. Feel how the bottom leg helps the top leg to lift up and down. Then we're going to hold it. So lifting up and then holding it here just for a few breaths. Get a bit of internal rotation in our thighs. And then bring your feet down. Then you're going to rest your right hand, let your right hand wrap around the top of your head and hold on to your left ear. And then before we were lifting the feet, now we're going to lift the head and shoulders. Inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling down. Inhaling up. So let your head rest in your fingers, and down. Inhaling up. And down, and this time we're going to come up and we're going to hold it for a few breaths. So lifting up. Let your head be really heavy. It's like a side sit-up. Making sure your face feels nice and soft. Your lips are soft, your eyes, your jaw. And releasing. And so from here we're going to come around, do the right side. So bring your knees across to the right. We want the right angle at the hips, right angle at the knees. And we start with our book opening sequence. So resting on your right side, slide your left hand far away. And then as you inhale, sliding the left palm along the right arm. Once you can't slide anymore, you open the book. And as you exhale, you release. 2 more times, inhaling to lift. Hand touches the arm and exhale, stretch across, sliding. Getting a lot of movement into the shoulder blades. Inhaling, sliding the hand, open the book, and releasing. Keep your knees together, ankle bones together. Inhaling, arm lift. Hand to arm and exhale, slide across. One more time, dynamically. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhale, release. And inhaling up. And exhale to stretch. And then you rest your head on your bottom arm, on your right arm. You keep your knees and your ankle bones together, feet flexed. And then inhaling, lifting just so we're lifting the shins and the ankles. And down. The bottom leg helping to push the top leg up. Inhaling up. And down, up, and down, and one more time, up, and down, and this time it's the hold, so lifting up. I'm just noticing if it's easier or harder this side. So our body usually has one side that we find is stronger, side that we favor, and there's yoga can help to sort of shine a light on some of the imbalances that we're walking around with. And then release. And you wrap your left hand around your head, holding on around the right ear. Inhaling to lift. And down. Lifting up. And down. And just because we're not using the legs doesn't mean that they get to go out for coffee or take a break. Keep your legs a little active. And down. The feet are flexed. And then as you lift up, holding it here, let your head relax. Enjoy the beautiful sounds of motorbikes. They're out getting aired too. And then there's, I guess if you're a motorbike enthusiast, there's probably nothing like riding around a beautiful sunshiny day along the coast. And then gently relax. And then from here, we roll back. Good. Rock a little from side to side. And then we're going to hold onto the left knee. Press your right heel up toward the sky. You can even hold on further down the shin. It can sometimes help to bring the knee a little closer to your chest. Then inhaling, lifting your head. So, if your neck feels tight, keep your head down. If your shoulders are aching, keep your head down. If you feel all right, you can keep your head up. And then from here, we're going to exhale, point the toes, lower the leg. And then inhale. Flex the foot, pull up. Point the toes and down. Flex the foot and up. Point the toes and down. Moving with your breath, nice and soft. Flex the foot and up. This time, flex the foot down. Point the toe up. Flex the foot, leg down, but it hovers just off the floor. Point the toe and up. One more time, flex the foot and down. Point the toe and up. Flex the foot, and this time I'm going to bring the heel all the way to the floor. Press the heel and the top of your thigh down, and then extending your left leg up towards the sky. You can slide the hand up. You can keep your head and shoulders off the floor. You can have the hands down along the base of your thigh and your head on the floor. If your hands are down on the base of the thigh, press the thigh into the hands. You might feel like you create a little bit more space in your hip socket. And wherever you are, you might enjoy making a few circles with your left foot. You can even try writing your name with your big toe, just to trick the brain into not knowing what it's supposed to expect. But while you're doing that, did you forget about the right leg? So press the back of the right heel down, press the top of the right thigh down, engage into your buttocks. And we're going to swap side. So holding onto your right shin, maybe you lift your head and shoulders up, and you press your leg up towards the sky. Pointing the toe, leg down, heel hovers just off the floor, flexing the foot, leg up. Pointing the toe, leg down, flexing the foot, leg up. And point the toe, leg down, and flex the foot, leg up. This time the flex foot lowers down, and you point the toe, lifting up, flexing the foot, down, pointing the toe, up. Remember, relax your neck, and flexing the foot, point the toe, leg up. And this time as you flex the foot, pressing the back of the heel down into the floor, pressing the top of the thigh into the floor, and then you extend your right leg up. You can either hold onto the back of the leg, the back of the ankle, or interlace your fingers behind the back of the thigh, head and shoulders down. And you're pressing the right thigh into your hands, you're pressing the left thigh down to the ground. And then while the bottom leg is nice and strong and active, you roll around with your right ankle. Maybe do that trick of writing your name with your toe, sort of overriding your neurological programming. And then bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe lift your head and shoulders if that feels okay. And then you can hold on to your shins, maybe have your knees apart. Sometimes it can be nice to have your knees really wide and hold on to your ankles. or your feet, and you're going to rock back and forth. You keep your knees apart so you don't bang your head on your knees. You really rock back and forth. Some people also like to hold on to the back of the legs. If you can avoid banging your head on the knees, you can wrap your legs behind the knees, keep your knees together, and then as you push the knees against your arm, it might also help to bring you up. And if it feels okay, you rock all the way up to seated. And see, I tricked you. We're slowly getting up and out of bed, but don't worry, we won't be standing. So arrange yourself in a comfortable seated position. If you need to, you might take the nearby pillow and sit up on that to get a little higher. Let your knees drop down below your hips. And inhaling your hands all the way up. And bring your hands down. And then turn your fingers in towards you, out towards the side, rounding your shoulders. Bring the back of the hands together in front. And then as you inhale, turn the fingers in, and you lengthen the back of your body and the front of your body as you scan the fingertips up. Palms together, and take the hands down. Turning your fingers in towards you, out to the side, rolling your shoulders in, back of the hands together. And then the fingers, back of the hands together, fingers scan at the front of the body, lengthen the back of the body, lengthen the front of the body, lifting up, getting long, and taking the hands down. Fingers turn in, rolling your shoulders, back of the hands together out in front. One last time. Fingers in. Lengthen the back body, lengthen the front body, lifting up. And this time, palms together, bring your hands down to the right knee. And just the right hand scans up along the left arm, past your collarbones, inhaling all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, lean forward, point your fingers forward and the thumb down, getting long in the side body. And then gently inhaling yourself upright, hand traces the floor, and relax. Bring the back of the hands together out in front. Fingers pointing in, inhaling, back body lengthens, front body lengthens, palms together up above. And then bring your hands down to the left knee. The right hand hooks the left knee. Inhaling the left finger, scan the right arm, collarbones, shoulder, reaching up. And exhaling, getting long. Leaning forward, thumb points down, fingers forward. And as you inhale, sitting upright, scan the floor with your hand and release. Back of the hands together. And the fingers point in, back body, front body lengthens as you lift up. And then bring your hands down. And one last lower back release to finish off. As you inhale, let your belly button pull you around to the right. And as you exhale, gently lean forward. Get as long out through the fingertips as you can, all the way across to the left. Inhaling back to center. Circling your arms, rolling your shoulders in, back of the hands together. And the fingers point in. Inhaling, lengthen the back body and the front body, lifting up. And hands together at your heart center. And we twist to the right and to the left. Belly button pulls you to the left. And as you exhale, leaning forward. Getting long through the fingertips. Long through the spine, the side body, the back body. Coming back to center. And then rolling your shoulders, arms out to the side, back of the hands touch. Last little salute. The fingers trace the front of the body getting longer, the back body getting longer, your arms, the side body getting longer. Palms together, and then bring your hands all the way down. Letting the back of your hands rest on the inside of your knees. And closing your eyes. And as you sit here for a moment, feeling the tips of your fingers lengthen, but maintaining a softness in your neck, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your palm, the webbing of your fingers, the knuckles. So there's a length from your neck to the fingertips, but there's a softness as well. And as you sit here, on your next inhalation, slowly breathing in from your palms, Slowly breathing in along your wrists, your arms, your elbows, along your biceps, triceps, shoulders, to the neck. Continue the in-breath along from the tailbone, the back of your pelvis, your lower back, middle back, upper back, to the neck. Continue the same inhalation if you can from the pubic bone along the front of your belly, past your belly button, your solar plexus, up along your sternum chest bone, up past your collarbones, to along the front of your throat, all the way to your face. And then let your exhalation soften and relax. Doing nothing but letting the exhalation find its own way out. And then let everything soften and everything relax. Slowly bring your palms together. And your thumbs rest against your heart center. Maybe noticing some sensations of warmth in your palms or tingles in your fingertips. Increased circulation out to your extremities. And give yourself a little bit of thanks for giving yourself a little bit of quality time with yourself. Bowing our heads towards our heart, acknowledging that the head is forever servant of the heart. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, guys. See you again soon.